Bicarb, or bicarbonate of soda, also called baking soda, is an essential ingredient for everybody's medicine cabinet. I actually take it every single day to help alkalize my body because it has so many benefits out there. And I want to run through it very, very briefly. First of all, it alkalizes the body. And in this day and age, where we're having processed foods and you can't get away from it. We're having the stresses of life, we're having the stresses of TikTok and YouTube and all those as well. Well, it creates acid in our body and the body can get rid of it through deep breathing and all those breathing we do, for example, when we exercise, is to clear out the acid. When you exercise, it creates acid, which becomes carbonic acid, which becomes carbon dioxide when you breathe it out. So one way, your kidneys get rid of it. But then if your kidneys can't get rid of it, they hide it away in something called stones, crystals, okay? So coming back to that in a moment. But what we've got is the body wants to be in a slight state of alkalinity. I'm going to explain that in my next video. But coming up here, what you see is we've got a state of metabolic acidosis. We're all in this state where we're slightly acidic and we should be slightly alkaline. And any small change in the pH, that's the acid-alkali level, makes a big difference to your body. Everything in your body runs on pH. People don't understand the importance of it. But one little small change and all of a sudden you become tired and fatigued. You get a little bit of a small change in your blood and you get brain fog, lack of concentration, memory, focus, all those things. You get a small change and over a long period of time that forms crystals in your kidneys and gallstones, and you get a small, see these things happen. So metabolic acidosis is constantly there. It contributes to all forms of chronic illness, diabetes, heart attacks, strokes, cancers, you name it. In fact, it's used in treatments by the medical profession against some of these conditions. Kidney stones. Kidney stones are literally a crystallization, ready, of the acid to stop your body. It can't get rid of it through the kidneys because it can get rid of so much acid every single day and it just can't get rid of it anymore. So it makes it into a crystal to hide it away, to not cause damage. But if you keep doing it long enough, you get enough of these crystals and you end up with kidney stones and everyone says, what can I do to get rid of them? Alkalize, alkalize, alkalize. What can I do to prevent them? Alkalize. And in my next video, I'll actually show you how to test if you're alkaline or acidic or whatever conditions you want to. So you can take steps. But this is the single cheapest, most cost-effective thing that you can do for your health. And it's really, really simple. We go down to kidney stones, kidney disease, by the way, and kidney disease, chronic kidney disease. People with chronic kidney disease, they actually give them sodium bicarbonate to actually, believe it or not, reduce the speed at which the disease is developing. Then you've got cancer treatments. They actually use it in cancer treatments. Wow. As an adjunct to the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy because it helped alkalize the body. You may not be aware, but cancer cells produce more acid in the body than normal cells, about 7 times more. So as a result of that, your body is even more acidic and hence why they're using cancer treatments in hospitals and so on. Then you've got this one, SIBO. SIBO is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And that's the bloating you get. Now, if you're getting bloating, it's a part of the simple solution. And I will have more on that. But at the end of the day, SIBO is caused by an imbalance of the pH in the small intestine. And as a result, the wrong bacteria grow. Yep, it all comes down to pH. It all comes down to it. Tooth decay. Tooth decay occurs in the mouth because you've got the wrong pH. Soaking your mouth with some sodium bicarb every single morning and checking that your saliva has a pH of around about 7 is critical. That's what I'm going to show you in the next video. And then we've got athletic performance. Here it is, down the bottom. All of the research, and now hundreds of studies demonstrating that a small amount of sodium bicarb before high exertion exercise improves performance. Now I'm talking about, Olympic athletes and sprinters and basketballers and so on. It only works for a short period of time, but the research shows it actually does work. Wow. And that all comes from a teaspoon of sodium bicarb first thing in the morning when you wake up, away from food, not with food, never with food. How simple is that? Follow my other videos. I've got a much better explanation of this on YouTube, which is at Dr. Peter Dingle. That's Dr. Peter Dingle. 213 on YouTube. And by the way, no, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm the guy who does the research, who tells the medical doctors. Thanks, guys.